Kazakhstan has achieved a tremendous success in economic development. In recent years, the Republic has maintained a positive trend in key performance indicators of various world rankings. Experts say that this predicts the continuation of the state welfare growth. Polish Deputy Foreign Minister Bartosz Cichocki says that Kazakhstan is a reliable and stable partner.
Jednym z najważniejszych partnerów Polski w wielu aspektach.
Kazakhstan is one of the most important partners for Poland. We are very pleased with the bilateral cooperation level. We have great potential in trade and economic relations. We are dynamically developing our economies. We are leaders in Central Europe, while Kazakhstan is a leader in Central Asia. We also have historical connections. 30,000 Poles live in Kazakhstan, and the support that the Kazakh authorities provide is well known to us. In addition, a large number of Kazakhs are studying in Poland. I think our relationship is strategically important and has been proven. German businessmen highly appreciate the business climate in Kazakhstan. They highlight that the stability and favorable conditions, such as benefits and preferences, attract investors. Chairperson of the German Association of Liberal Medium-Sized Businesses, Christian Grosse, say that today, more than 900 German enterprises are actively working in Kazakhstan. The figure may increase due to the growing interest in Kazakhstan. Today, Kazakhstan is a successful, stable and economically developed state which learns and implements the best foreign experience. The opening of the International Financial Center is a sign that Kazakhstan is joining the international financial level. In general, Kazakhstan is extremely interesting to Germany, not only in terms of the big business, but also in terms of small and medium-sized businesses. There are thousands of small businesses in Germany, many of which would like to work with Kazakhstan. Germany has an extensive experience in medicine, digital transformation and new technologies. We should intensively develop bilateral cooperation in these areas. Kazakh and Ukrainian farmers are strengthening their partnership. State-owned and private agricultural companies of both countries will enhance cooperation in the field of space monitoring technologies. Experts say that this technology will provide accurate data on land condition. Agriculture is one of the key economic sectors for Kazakhstan and Ukraine.
Сейчас в Казахстане проводится научно-исследовательская работа по внедрению.
The satellite monitoring technology is currently being implemented in Kazakhstan. We are planning to conduct training on modern technologies for our Kazakh colleagues. We can provide information on the international studies and the satellite data processing methods, in addition to the data received from the Kazakh satellites, and teach our colleagues on how to create the system.
Научить коллег, как можно это делать, создать систему.
Space monitoring in agricultural land farming will include crops evaluation and weed infestation, as well as monitoring over the harvesting time. Experts plan to extensively use the latest technology in the study of the landscape structures.
Карты неоднородности, которые мы предоставляем, используют для того, у вас.
We provide irregularity maps that the Kazakh specialists use to see if there are changes in the crop boundaries because of the pools of water or snowfalls. Sometimes farmers need to use our data to see if there is still waste on the crops. This information is important for farmers to decide if they should take the vehicles out on the crops.
Вода, либо это можно уже, чтобы техника выходила.
Kazakhstan and Ukraine are planning to enhance cooperation in agricultural machine building, cattle breeding, and plant farming. Kazakhstan-made electrical transformers will be exported to foreign countries. A new switchboard equipment manufacturing plant was commissioned in Aktau to enhance Kazakhstan's export volumes. The project was included in Mangistau region's industrialization map and was implemented at the expense of an investment company.
Сумма инвестиций составила 2 миллиарда тенге.
The amount of investments totaled 2 billion tenge. We decided to launch the plant in Mangistau region because of the transport and logistics infrastructure in the Mangistau region, Kazakhstan-Turkmenistan-Iran railway link, as well as Aktau and Kurik seaport.
Мы приняли решение запустить данный завод именно в Мангистауской области.
The enterprise currently manufactures over 40 products. The plant is designed to produce 4,000 electrical substations per year, which is 20 units per day. According to the investment company spokespeople, the finished products will fully cover the needs of the regional market. The total annual output that reaches the design capacity will total 6 billion tenge. The equipment at the factory is fully automated and controlled by computers. We work with the European equipment. All operations are automated. The working environment is good. Our company fulfills the demand for transformers in Mangistau region. The plant will export half of the manufactured transformers to Turkmenistan, Iran, and Azerbaijan. Specialists of the Kazakh Research Institute for Processing of Agricultural Products have started working on new types of flour, which is rich with vitamins. The domestic product is rich with useful nutrients. Starch and dry cream are in high demand in the export market. Therefore, special attention is paid to deep processing of wheat in the country. There are several enterprises working in this area.
We
have evaluated and conducted comparison of the current market. As a result, we have realized that there is lack of special flour. In this regard, we've started to produce flour for people with diabetes and insulin deficiency. Researcher Marjan Kizatova says that the flour is made of lentils, beans and peas. The composition is very rich with protein. Specialists say that the flour is beneficial to athletes as well as to people with diabetes. There are plenty of useful vitamins in the processed flour. The flour products have high protein and nutritional value. Now, these types of flour are imported. Therefore, the price is not cheap. We can offer consumers high quality, mineral-rich and affordable products with our project. It's been 1 year since the beginning of the research. 8 cereals made from 4 types of flours were created during this period. Experts say that it is necessary to conduct research for nearly 2 years. The results of the project will then be presented to enterprises for implementation. The equestrian culture originated from the era of modern-day Kazakhstan. In his article, The 7 Facets of the Great Steppe, Nursultan Nazarbayev wrote that the Great Steppe presented horse breeding to the world. Evidences of horse domestication were revealed during excavations at the ancient settlement of Botai. Leading Kazakh scientists and researchers from Russia, China, Denmark, France, Lithuania, USA, and the UK proved that the first horse was tamed 6,000 years ago on the areas of present-day Kazakhstan. According to Alan Outram, professor of University of Exeter in the UK, Botai is the most important site to understand relations between humans and horses at the early stages of development. The professor believes that more artifacts will be discovered at Botai. The first ever transport revolution happened on the area of modern-day Kazakhstan. People received an opportunity to move with previously unimaginable speed. The ancient people started transporting goods, developing trade, exchanging technologies, and performing military operations in a completely new way. There are evidences such as household items, weapons, as well as the harness marks on the horse teeth. President Nazarbayev put the equestrian culture at the top in his article. Our ancestors were the first to ride horses and invented the saddle and stirrups. The nomads perfected the mounted archery shooting. We have a very abundant culture which was adopted by other nations at that time. Horse domestication attracts the attention of world scientists and filmmakers. A Canadian broadcaster is working on a documentary of horseback riders and the horse evolution. The filming was held 2 years ago at Botai. Botai is a key site to understand how the relations with horses started. This wonderful animal certainly changed a lot for us. Kazakhstan has ancient horse breeding traditions. A horseback rider armed with a bow, lance or sword has become the symbol of nomadic people. Horseback riders were featured on emblems in different eras. Experts believe that the world should know more about the equestrian history, especially the younger generation. After all, the equestrian culture, which originated on the ancient Kazakh land, presented many inventions that the humanity uses today. As a symbolic tribute to the great past, the power of automobile engines is still measured in horsepower. The Uzbek government is set to provide support for their talented youth and educate 3,500 Uzbek students in foreign universities. President of Uzbekistan said that the country is in need for specialists with international research and practical experience. A 5-year program on higher education system comprehensive development was adopted in Uzbekistan. 13 new universities, including branches of foreign universities, opened in Uzbekistan in 2018. Today, Uzbekistan is experiencing lack of teaching and research staff. According to the president, it is very important to introduce new technologies in the education process. Our president created favorable conditions for us. We have the opportunity to study English. I am happy that we will have the possibility to upgrade our skills abroad in the future. I plan to enroll in master's degree program in the United States. Kyrgyz students studying in China, Kamal Kalimov and Muhammed Mamasaliev, filmed a series of short videos to mark the 90th birth anniversary of famous Kyrgyz writer Chyngyz Aitmatov. They recited excerpts from works such as The White Steamboat, The First Teacher, Mother's Field, When the Mountains Fall, and other prominent works. Literary critics believe that Chyngyz Aitmatov's works are still relevant in the 21st century. The students believe that the video clips will be shared on social media and messages will gather interest among millions of people.
Сейчас мы живем в 21 веке, веке технологий и...
We live in the 21st century of technologies and information, and we need to learn and continue learning. That's why people tend to watch short videos and read short texts. We wanted to send a message with this short video clip that Chyngyz Aitmatov's works are relevant for the reality of the 21st century.
Chyngyz Aitmatova очень часто перекликаются с нашими реалиями жизни.
Kazakhstan is actively developing science, technology, engineering, and mathematics (STEM). In one of the schools in Aktau, children learn to code as well as study the intricacies of physics, mathematics, computer science, and electronics. Recently, a research project of Jasulan Borambai has won him the second place at the CD stage of the Zerde Republican competition. The fifth grader has created a robot that can collect beach and marine debris. Two motors help rotate the blades. For example, the robot notices trash. It begins to move in that direction, lifts it up and sends it to a container. The robot will help facilitate the work of a man. Most importantly, it does not harm the environment. It is very helpful. Contestants understand the trajectory of the catapult and how to build cars and ships. For many of them, robotics classes are not just a hobby, but the first step to serious 3D modeling in the future. The scope of creative possibilities is impressive. Student of Nazarbayev Intellectual School, Nazira Kidirbayeva has developed a prosthetic arm. For this purpose, she used the activated carbon, foil, board, and plastic. A sensor is attached to a non-functioning arm. When a signal is transmitted in the human brain and a person wants to squeeze the arm, then all the muscles are tense. Due to this, the pressure sensor transmits a signal to the Arduino plateau. Experts are sure that the STEM laboratories help to reveal the child's abilities as well as ingrain an interest in knowledge. People Living Along the Silk Road exhibition has opened in Jeonju, South Korea. The exhibition presents the work of 4 photographers. Within 10 days, a team of photographers had visited Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, and Kyrgyzstan. In Kazakhstan, the photo shoot took place in the Almaty region. Photographer Kim Min-soo says that he decided to visit Central Asia when he learned that the Great Silk Road once connected this region with Korea, and today ethnic Koreans live there. He confesses that Kazakhstan's boundless steppes, as well as hospitality and friendliness of the local population, made him to have genuine admiration for the country.
알마티라고 하는 곳이 이제
I was impressed by the fact that Kazakhs are trying to do everything to comfort their companion, and if they are asked, they willingly take pictures. On the contrary, people in Korea try to avoid being caught in a photo. If I were younger, I would move here.
이제 그런 곳을 이제
Culture of the countries along the Great Silk Road is of particular interest to China. It was China's initiative that this large-scale project of the same name was created. Professor of the Institute of Literature at the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences, Huang Zhongxiang, has been studying Kazakh language and culture for over 20 years. As part of a scientific mission, he visited all regions in Kazakhstan and studied the national traditions and customs.
біздің мына бір белдеу бір жолы мынау бағытымыз орта қойылғандан соң
As part of China's Belt and Road Initiative, economic and cultural ties between our countries have strengthened. The countries are entering a new level of cooperation. Our relationship is getting closer. I believe that if we move in the same direction, the relationship between Kazakhstan and China will become stronger.
өзара білу біздіңкі осылай істеріміз барған сайын жақсырады деп сенемін.
A hero of Kazakh folklore has been revived in new interpretation. The Astana Philharmonic presented the Aldar Kose musical tale to young spectators. Director of the production, Astana Philharmonic, updated the script, cut some dialogues and added some interactive performances and games. This format is more interesting to children, the director says. Due to the live performance of songs and the folk dance ensemble, the hero of Kazakh fairy tales, smart and artful Aldar Kose, becomes closer to the young audience.
Бастысы бұл жерде бәрі жанды дауыста болады. Бізде театр емес.
All songs of the fairy tale were performed live. We are not a theater but a philharmonic, so attention is paid to the musical component. We wanted to make the story interesting for the audience, so children can ask some questions and answer our questions. The production seems brighter and more interactive. Through our creativity, we introduced children to Kazakh folklore.
Aldar Kose деген балет бар ғой.
There's a ballet titled Aldar Kose. In this tale, the orchestra plays one composition. We also perform the I Am Aldar song. All of this is the accompaniment of the orchestra. We introduce children to live music. A new artistic movement is developing in Kazakhstan. Brothers from Aktau developed a unique yarn paintings technology. The brothers use milled sheep wool to create a painting with at least 200 grams of each shade. The artists mixed the shades to obtain new colors. Arlan and Baglan received an international patent for their original wool processing technology.
Ата-бабадан келе жатқан ұлттық салт-дәстүр бар ғой, мысалы кигіз басу, текемет басу.
We learned this tradition from our ancestors. In the past, our grandmothers used to make felt tekemets. We have a slightly different technology. It is called glute technology. We patented it. We keep our wool processing technology in secret.
Өзінің өңдеу бір әдістері бар. Патенті қорғалған болғаннан кейін өзінің бір құпиялары көп деп айтуға болады.
The Ankaov brothers started experimenting with wool 10 years ago. Their hobby gradually became their craft, and Arlan and Baglan opened their design studio. I've been attending the studio for 3 years. I learned a lot here. There are 200 works in the Ankaov brothers' collection, which is entirely dedicated to Kazakh traditions. We can see authentic symbols of the Kazakh people in the ornaments and images depicted in all the paintings. This is how we represent Kazakhstan in other countries. The brothers took part in international exhibitions and travel fairs numerous times, representing the Kazakh culture to foreign audiences.